Thank you so much to Card Market for sponsoring today's video. Hello everyone, my name is Filipa. Welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to be playing Standard Best of 1 with EZ Prowess, and last weekend I was casting the regional championships in Bologna. That's right, over 1,000 players were there to try to qualify for the Pro Tour. 36 players did qualify for that tournament, and first and second place qualified for the World Championship, which is the biggest Magic event of the year. With all that being said, I watched a lot of Standard all weekend long. I mean, it was long hours, but I am really excited because I have a lot of decks and ideas to bring you. We had some spicy decks that I will bring you during the week, but first I had to bring the winner of the tournament. It's just the rules, okay? I don't make them, and I had to try this deck in Best of 1. So this is Yelko's deck. Yelko was the winner of the tournament, congratulations, and he was piloting this list here, the EZ Prowess deck. I know that you know this deck, we all been facing it in the ladder, so if you don't know, there's a new card called Cori-Steel Cutter. It's a 2-mana artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+1, trample, and haste, and it has flurry. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, create a 1/1 white monk creature with prowess. You may attach this equipment to it. This card is absolutely insane in this deck because we have all these 1-drops. So we have a lot of 1-drops. Our goal is to be casting 2 spells a turn. We have 4 Slickshot Show-Off that we can plot, and then that is another way for us to easily get that second spell of the turn. And unlike Mono Red, this is a deck that almost tries to combo in one turn, dealing a bunch of damage with haste, because the monks have haste when you attach the Cori-Steel Cutter to it. The Slickshot Show-Off also has haste, and then we have Swiftspears, those have haste as well. And a bunch of 1-drops that just lead you to victory. Of course, 4 Monstrous Rage, we have 4 Burst Lightnings, 4 Stormchaser Talent, 1 Spell Pierce, 4 Sleight of Hands, 4 Opts, and 2 in the Flood Maw. Now, Into the Flood Maw is an interesting one because it can obviously bounce creatures, which is great, but it can also bounce enchantments, something, for example, like Temporary Lockdown. So if they lock down everything that you own, which is very bad for you because all your permanents are 2 or less mana, you can always Into the Flood Maw their temporary lockdown in the end of their step, so then you get everything back, and in your turn you can just attack with everything and try to win the game that way. And then of course we have 4 Stock Up, and for me this is the card of the tournament. It's a 3-mana, uncommon by the way. Look at the top 5 cards of the library, you put 2 of them in your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. So this card allows you to find exactly what we need. It might be some counter magic in Spell Pierce, it might be Into the Flood Maw to get rid of that temporary lockdown, some creatures, some Monstrous Rage to finish the game, or even Burst Lightning, your Stormchaser Talent, a land that you're needing, your Cori-Steel Cutter of course. So Stock Up working amazingly in this deck. And I have to say, I'm really excited to try it. I think I learned a lot from the weekend just from seeing so many players running a lot of different decks. And I have a question for you. What deck do you want to see next? Because there were some spicy brews that I would like to bring to the channel. There was a Temur Mill deck, which mean pretty exciting. There was an artifact deck. We had an Esper version and also an Azorius version. There was also a mono black deck, but you know, I did a lot of mono black already. There's a Boros Monument deck as well that actually did pretty well, so if you like some monument decks, go ahead. We have Jeskai Oculus, we have Jeskai Control with Chico as well. That one was very cool. Just let me know in the comments what deck do you want me to try next. But you know what? That's going to be it for the intro. I want to play some games. I go first, and honestly, I'll keep it. It's pretty decent. We do have double Slickshot, which is nice. And I cannot believe that I'm playing this deck, by the way. Feels a bit dirty, but it is what it is. Let's start with this Swiftspear attack for 1. Maybe I can use this Slickshot. They have to choose between the Burst Lightning or the Talent. I don't know if I should plot it or not. From what I saw in the stream, plotting it was almost always the right thing to do. But I might be wrong, I don't know. Basically try to go for a very explosive turn, I guess. let's do that again. Attack. And again, like, I'm trying to go for that explosive turn with Slickshot, and then maybe Burst Lightning, maybe Stormchase Talent. The rest. Okay, they will have to take care. Oh, hopefully they don't get rid of Bolt, right? Because that would be too mean even for a discard deck. Never mind. Okay, we are a bit on the mercy of top deck. It is what it is. That's a pretty good one, though. So the thing is that, what is the best way for me to do that? I have to do this first if I wanted to activate the cutter. Then, of course, I don't get these to activate, but I think that's fine. Take action. We attack with everything. If I did it the other way, yeah, I would have dealt more damage, maybe, but at least I got this Cori-Steel Cutter to make this 2/2. Slasher is good, but it does not fly, and look at that. That's pretty good. It's just one spell though, so I can attack with everything. And let's see how they block. So these will go get the prowess. I think I just deal the damage face, honestly. It's not quite lethal yet, but we'll leave them to 3. And yeah, I mean, next turn, just the talent equipped will be enough, for example. The Deep Cavern Bats is a bit annoying because it does fly, but it does have Lifelink as well. But I guess that's fine. That would be good, but unfortunately I don't have the mana. How do I do that? So they block one of the Slick Shots. I think I'll activate it here, actually. So they take 3, but they gain 1. Now they did a top deck, and if I get a land, I'll stock up. If it's an on-land, I'll probably... Never mind. Okay, bye, stock up. Slasher is pretty good. Another stock up, okay. But it's a good game. That means that I won, right? Yeah, that is it. These Slickshot Show-Offs and the Cori-Steel Cutter will do it. Good thing, because I got a land here, so let's deal 3 damage. That's more than enough. GG, opponent. GG. I go first. It is a bit of almost like a controlling hand, but I will keep it. And I'm actually not going to Sleight of Hand here. I'm going to wait until I have the Cori-Steel Cutter to get the value, right? Ooh, I love stock up. So next turn I can Cori-Steel Cutter into Sleight of Hand. And that will be lots of damage. Arabella, okay. So let's play this Cori-Steel Cutter. I have another one, by the way. That's kind of insane. Let's do Sleight of Hand. Take action. Take action. I'll get a Swiftspear because I already have stock up and Cori-Steel Cutter. Next turn I can do Cori-Steel Cutter, Swiftspear, or maybe I can do Swiftspear stock up. I mean, there's options. But the clock is ticking, and double Cori-Steel Cutter, it's very difficult to deal with, I will tell you that much. This card was like a menace in the tournament. A menace. You have no idea. Day 2, like, day 1, we didn't see much of the deck, but we saw that it did well because it had 55% win rate, which is pretty good for competitive Magic, right? But then day 2 ended up making a lot. 3 spots on the top 8, which is incredible. I'm thinking how I want to do that. So I think I don't have enough red for everything that I want to do. How do I want to do this? Yeah, maybe I go like that. And next turn I do the Stalk Up or Monstrous Rage. I'll attack with everything. If it's a race, it's a race. I don't know if they can win next turn, but I don't think so. 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 7 damage though. Maybe they can. I think that I can win next turn myself though. I'm not sure what this deck plays, that's the thing. Another frontline rush would be rough, not going to lie. This doesn't get them aced, which is good. I just need them not to be able to deal 15 damage, and then with these Stalk Up, Monstrous Rage, getting the Cori-Steel Cutters to trigger again, I should be fine. I don't know if I should have leave a creature to block, but these creatures are dealing... What is that? Oh, that's good. I'm at 1. Okay, I need to win this turn. I need to win this turn. I'm thinking what's the best approach to that. Should I opt? Should I stock up? I think I stock up. Maybe I'll get an untapped land. Because I always get Monstrous Rage. Okay, so I can get a land. And I can get Sleight of Hand or Swiftspear. I think it doesn't matter because maybe I'll go for Opt and Monstrous Rage. So let's get Swiftspear. Now let's get Sleight of Hand. Okay, let's do that. Play the land. This is instant, this is instant. But let's first do the Opt so that I trigger the Cori-Steel Cutters. Take action. This deck is insane. They're at 21. Can I deal 21? I don't know. Wait, Into the Flood Maw? What does that mean? Math is for blockers, right? This should be more than enough. With all the triggers that I get. Yeah, that seems... I don't know much about combat math, but this seems like enough. And this deck keeps on giving. Cori-Steel Cutter seems like too good of a card. Okay, we're already ranking up, so gold 1. I go first, and I definitely think I'll keep it. We do not have the Cori-Steel Cutter, but we do have Stormchaser Talent and a bunch of our 1-drops. 2 Monstrous Rage is also kind of insane. They're playing black, that might mean a cut down. Yep, and they're doing it right away. This is giving me red, which is exactly what I need right now. Just going to play my 2 Swiftspears and attack here. I don't know if that's the correct choice, but after I saw so many like pro players, like very good players play this deck, I don't know if I make the best choices. Oh no! Well, bye-bye Monstrous Rage. Good thing I can get it back with the Stormchaser Talent eventually. Yeah, that is RIP to my Monstrous Rage. But look at that, the best card in Standard right now. I mean, maybe not the best, but maybe the best in common would be a better statement. I think Opt, right? Opt is pretty decent. Slickshot as well, though. Choices, choices, choices. I think I'll go for the Slickshot. They're already at 14 life. Because in case they have removal... Yeah, Nowhere to Run takes care of one of the Swiftspears. Like they don't have an answer for the Slickshot. You just feel it by the way they pass the priority. If I didn't know, I would play around the cut down, but... Now this deals 2 damage, it can deal 4 even. They need to find some sweet answers for this. Or they are in trouble. Liliana. Okay, so they can Liliana plus or minus? I don't know.
I don't appreciate it when people touch my things.
They minus. That means that my Slickshot survives. So I cannot. That would be 4 plus 2. Yeah, that would be enough, right? Xaxis. Damn. This deck is so good, y'all. It's kind of unfair. I'm not going to lie. It is kind of unfair. But I like it. I actually like this deck. It doesn't feel as much as an aggro deck, but reminds me of Izzet Phoenix if you play Modern Pioneer. Opponent goes first. I'm going to keep that. I can have a turn 1 Stormchaser talent. Okay, let's see if they let this Swiftspear resolve. Just attack. Even if they counter my opt, I still get the prowess trigger. This deck does have temporary lockdown, but I do have the Into the Flood Maw that can return the temporary lockdown into hand. I need Cori-Steel Cutter, but I'm not going to say no to a stock up. Just saying that. Let's do Sleight of Hand, because stock up is too risky when they have so much open mana. Just test their removal. Okay, let's attack. Sure. I mean, the Monstrous Rage is not going to protect it there, so kinda gotta do what you gotta do. Let's try to stock up, see if it resolves. Just because I do have another one anyway. Ooh, they did let it resolve. I'm kinda curious on why, but okay, let's do that. Pass, and I can opt on their turn. Okay, they're opting as well. That's the thing, they cannot counter everything. Could use another Cori-Steel Cutter in case they counter the first one. I'll have another one. Ooh, but I cannot say no to Stormchaser talent. Just the truth. Let's actually start with that. Kind of testing their counter magic. Sleight of Hand. Ooh, I love that because I can plot the Slickshot, but let's try this first. Yep, that stays. Okay, let's plot that. They cannot counter it. Their worst nightmare. Temporary lockdown is fine, I guess. Let's try the Cori-Steel Cutter. Slickshot. Try to do the stock up. If they counter it, at least I deal a bunch of damage with Slickshot and the Cori-Steel Cutter. Let's get another Cori-Steel Cutter. And another Into the Flood Maw, to be honest. In case they play another temporary lockdown. Yep, there it is. See how they handle that. they just concede. I mean, fair enough. Into the Flood Maw so good against Temporary Lockdown. I'm just going to say that right now. GG. Oh, an achievement. I go first. I mean, I only have one creature. No, I have two. Okay, if I have two, that's fine. I never say no to 3 Monstrous Rage, right? You just can't. Okay, my opponent is mulliganing, which... good sign, I guess. This card is insane. We all know that. So I might just plot Slickshot next turn. Let's see, depends on what they're playing. Stopped also pretty good. Ah, they're playing a control. Oh, never mind. Skrelv's Eye. I guess by the time that they do play the Skrelv's Eye, they'll be in a lot of trouble. Need a land. Yep, that works. How much damage is this? Is it enough? Might be. At least almost. Mat is for blockers. Okay, it's not enough, but then the Skrelv will finish them. So actually it is enough. This is so mean. This is so mean. Opponent goes first. I am fine with that, I guess. My mana is a bit awkward because this will deal me damage. Start with the Stormchaser talent, I guess. The Into the Flood Maw must be good against them, hopefully. Spell Pierce as well. They have 5 mana. Let them use the tricks. Because again, I have the Into the Flood Maw, so... Sure. I'll attack here. And again, like, I have now the Spell Pierce or the Into the Flood Maw, depending on what they do. I think it has to be the Into the Flood Maw at this point. They're probably playing the Sacrifice version. I'm happy to Into the Flood Maw here, the Artfire hero. Yeah, I can Cori-Steel Cutter, Monstrous Rage. Now I'm the one that's trying to kill them. Now the issue here is very much that I am at 16 and that I'm kinda burning myself, but on the brighter side, they're at 12. So cannot all be bad. I still have my Spell Pierce as well. Okay, Swiftspear. Start with Sleight of Hand. Maybe I can find a land that doesn't punish me as much. Didn't get a land. This makes things a bit awkward. Okay, let's risk it all. No, come on, give me a land untapped or something. Burst Lightning is actually not bad. Can I kill them? 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11... Yeah, I can. So I just need to Burst Lightning face. That's where this deck just kills out of nowhere. GG. And you always have to be with kind of an aggro mentality with this deck, I feel like. That's the way to go. There we go. I go first. I'm going to keep it. This is great. This is exactly the way I want to start here. I'll play the Spirebluff Canal. I'll play the Stormchaser talent. And this Cori-Steel Cutter is everything to shine here. I'm not going to lie. They're gaining life. Don't care too much. Let's attack for 2 here. Next turn we can... I don't know. We can choose. There's options, which is always nice. They're playing Dimir. Actually, Dimir was another deck that did quite well in the regional championships because there were 2 people that made it to top 8. And there were not that many people playing the deck, so showing that the deck is strong. They were not playing these lands though, so I think this is like maybe a budget version or maybe something else. I don't know. Yeah, I think this is definitely a budget version. Spell Pierce is a card that I actually would like to keep, but at the same time I do want to trigger the prowess. Not the prowess, I want to trigger the Cori-Steel Cutter. So let's go for that. Spell Pierce is nice if they by any chance run a board wipe. Now the card that scares me is Kaido, but even Kaido is not that great here. Sure, that makes sense. A little trade. Buy other. They're already at 15. I want to deal as much damage as fast as possible. This deck just feels unbeatable. It's just so good. Now, what can they do with 3 mana? Nowhere to run. That's a good answer. Can take it off the... They should go for the Show-Off. Yeah, a good decision there. They also have cut down. Okay, that's a lot of removal actually. That puts me a bit in an awkward position. I need to find a spell that I can cast with this opt. That is not it. Ooh, so many lands. Actually, that is rough. I just have to pass the turn. I can always go for the Stormchaser next turn, but still awkward. If they play a Shieldred or something, I'm in trouble. Maybe they'll play something I can Spell Pierce. They're at 12 life. Spirebluff Canal is not exactly what I wanted. I'm just going to get a spell back. It has to be the opt. I think they have the 4-3. What else can it be? If it's the 4-3, the Renus Curiosity, I'm not going to attack. I'll play around it. I don't know if I should have... Maybe I should have played it differently, like leave a mana up for Spell Pierce. I think I definitely should have done that instead of playing the tapped land. Okay, they have Fairy Mastermind, that's fine. What else? Maybe double Fairy Mastermind? Or maybe another Nowhere to Run? They do not have the mana to activate the Fairy Mastermind, that's the thing. I wonder if I should... Okay, that makes sense. This town ain't big enough. I wonder if I should 6 mana the Stormchaser talent, like whenever you cast an instant or a sorcery, create a 1/1 order. That's okay, they play land for the turn, they have 4 mana available. Stock up is great, wish I had that Spell Pierced, but that's fine because I'm going to keep it. And hopefully I'll get... And again, like if I don't get anything, should I just pump, like... The thing with the Stormchaser talent is that then they can always just know where to run it, and then I just spent 6 mana for it. Maybe it's better when I have like 7 mana and I can do, for example, Stormchase and Opt. I need my own stock up, that's the thing. Stock up was another card of the tournament. It just did so well. Just for 3 mana you get to look at the top 5 cards of the library and you put 2 in your hand. That actually gives you a lot of information. It's especially strong in these Cori-Steel Cutter decks where you really want to get value and get a lot of these 1-drops. Could definitely use maybe a Burst Lighting here so I could take care of this Fairy Mastermind. Because the Opt is going to draw them cards. It's a bit rough. Maybe they want to use the map, I don't know. Because they already played land for the turn. They might have the discard spell. The 1 mana one. Okay, they have their own Stormchaser talent, that's fair. Do they attack? That means that they don't have no mana up. They played land for the turn already, so they cannot do anything else this turn. What they can do is either attack or not. That's a choice that they have. I hope I draw stock up. That would be great. Or Burst Lighting. One of the two. And again, I'm not pumping these because I'm scared of it Into the Flood Maw, or I'm scared of this town big enough. But you know what? I will do it. Mainly because otherwise, what do? I Opt, they draw a card as well. And like, worst case scenario, they bounce my Stormchaser talent. Fair enough. I will make another one, I guess. I will play it again. Make an order. Get a spell back again to my hand. It's not too bad. So this 6th level spell says, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, you create a 1/1 blue and red other creature with prowess. We know about the nowhere to run. That's not going to do much. At least not now. The spell piece is also losing value as they start being able to pay the 2 for it. Okay, they didn't do anything. That's strange to say the least. I'm actually going to blot it. And I can Opt in their turn, right? So I don't need to play these now. I can just play a bit more of a careful game plan. Because we know about that nowhere to run. They can play for the Spell Pierce. I used to think that this deck is like the mono red where you just want to play everything and win on the spot, but sometimes you do need to play a bit more of a control game almost, where you don't want to play all your cards. Because right now, yeah, I could play the Slickshot, they will nowhere to run. I could Opt, they would draw a card because of the Fairy Mastermind. I'm not sure. They might be AFK as well at this point, because they haven't played anything for a while. Might be. Now, I could play the Opt now. If I do play the Opt now, that means that the fairy doesn't draw a card, because it says whenever an opponent draws their 2nd card each turn, and this would be my 1st card of the turn. So that's a way you can play around the Fairy Mastermind if you're playing Opt. But looks like the opponent just didn't like what I had, or they just had to add dinner, I don't know. Either way, I feel like I was in control of this game. Especially now with the Stormchaser talent at 6. Not at 6, at level 3. With a 6 mana. Even this talent big enough wouldn't be quite enough. This turn. But yeah. GG, I guess. GG. And we keep climbing. The deck is that good. That's it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. I know it was a bit more of a meta deck, something I usually don't do as much. I usually do brews. I hope you still enjoyed it. I really needed to try this deck after I saw Yalko win the whole tournament over 1,000 people. And yeah, if you didn't know I was a caster, I am. You can follow Funfinity to see the live stream that they did last weekend, or Ultimate Guard Live on Twitch as well. And hopefully if you watched, you enjoyed the commentary. I was commentating with Simon Nielsen, Martin Yuza and Arne were the other commentating duo. Maria was doing interviews, so it was a lot of fun all weekend long, and I hope to be able to be back. I've been doing coverage of these events for 3 years now, that's right. It's a lot of regional championships, a lot of events, and finally it was standard, because the last ones have been modern and I really wanted a standard one, so I was really excited to be able to do coverage for that one. So that's it. Bye, and I'll see you next time.